or dishonor society on account of fake publicity, advertisement, and falsehoods. Guilty as charged.
Right here. Here you go.
Rights.
We can help. We have a list on the wheel of misfortune that we could go to, but the loss of freedom. What were the others? Domination, discrimination, loss of family, loss of your future. Others?
Freedom to cheat.
What did you say? Oh, okay. Loss of love from a specific person or just in general? Loss of love.
Loss of self-esteem.
Feeling like they have to choose between your partner and your child. You can keep chatting about that here.
And loss of the ability to choose.
Yes.
Are these things that you find common in your own lives or in your communities also, not just in the play? You feel like you've experienced these things before? You can say yes. are ways that we can, you know, like work together to try to avoid having these losses be so frequent. I think there are things we can do to take action to you know, try to combat some of the societal stuff that gets in our way, the barriers that get in our way. Yes? No?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yes? It's not a lost cause, or it is? No? No. No. Okay, cool. So hopefully today we are going to come up with some strategies.
Oh, yeah. So, yes. So earlier, the cast asked a really good question, like, can we actually put society on trial? So, like, this is what we want, but, like, it can't really happen. And so I'm going to talk about strategies. And we just presented the realities we have in our life, right? And then we have society, which is like this ideal society that looks and sounds and walks and talks in a certain way, right? So now it's like, if this is, you know, like what we want, we right now showed real life, and then we have like over here what we want. We want the society on trial. But the question is, how do we get there from real life to put a society on trial, right? And changing these things. So yeah, so some of you might have said, thought me there like, no, we can't do it, and some of you said yes. So that's good that we have, you know, like disagreement. I was told that I couldn't be heard, so I'm using the mic now. So yeah, okay, so earlier, like some people may have answered on this question, like can we strategize to put society on trial and change these things? It may have been yes, and that might have been no. And that's great to have like disagreement about that, because later we're going to break into groups, and then you guys are going to be able to like discuss amongst yourselves as you create. So we just did a brainstorm, right? We all know what that is. You think, you use your logic and all that stuff and your observations, and you make a list. But what we're going to do later is called a heart storm. So in heart, it's like, you should probably draw it, but like the big art in heart is capitalized, because we want to use art as a way to strategize and not just, you know, think and like come up with solutions from our head, okay? And that's also what this day is about. Like it's more of a soulful gathering and organizing. Yes. There it is, heart storm. Do you want to go over here?
All right, so we're also, I'm going to use the microphone. All right, so we're also want to remember, you know, like what this day is all about. It's a day of action and remembrance. So when we break out into our groups, it's an opportunity to come up with strategies to take action, but it's also an opportunity to memorialize those people who we've lost in this community, and anybody else that you feel like, you know, you've lost in your lives as well. So, of these categories, or if you want to add more, or if you want to, we can take down the wheel if you want to check out those. But of these losses that you all came up with, try to identify, we can read them out loud too. Loss of freedom, discrimination, loss of family, loss of your future, loss of, what does that say? Love from a mother, loss of self-esteem, loss of the ability to choose between a loved one and a mother's love, and loss of time. So between these that you all came up with, try to, just like in your heads right now, identify maybe the one that either you've most closely experienced, or that you just like feel the most compelled or interested in exploring today through our heart storm. So you can take a minute to think about those options and which one you might be interested in working on. And also, when we break out into groups, this doesn't have to be just like a theater thing if you don't really think of yourself as an actor. We want all art forms, so it can be, you know, dance, poetry, music, it can, of course, theater, you know, all of the above. It can stuff too. So that's what we're getting ready to do. Once we get into our groups, we're going to break into groups based on whatever you choose you want to work on. Does that make sense? Yeah? Is there anything you guys want to add to that list? Is there anything we're missing?